Hello and welcome. Happy Friday. I hope you are all having a beautiful Friday morning, and I'm excited to be here with you today. Thank you so much for joining us inside this private Facebook group. If you're watching this, the recording later on, or if you're watching this on YouTube, please know that there is a Facebook community that is growing here called Journey to Healthy Living with Danielle Dinkelman. So come and find us, come join us, and get some help on your health journey. So today's the day. It's our first video. This is going to happen every week, Fridays at 9:30 Mountain Time. So I hope that you'll pencil that into your calendar and join us, or make sure that you catch the recording each week, because we're going to have some really powerful things here helping you create a well-rounded, healthy lifestyle that is going to last. So today we're really going to dive into the details of those three pieces that I've been telling you about. I've been sharing with you inside the Facebook group about upgrading nutrition, prioritizing self-care, and taking charge of your habits. So I'm going to kind of give you the details on how I look at that and the things that you can expect from me as we move forward and learn together. So if you haven't really met me before, hi, I'm Danielle. I'm a National Board Certified Health and Wellness Coach, and I'm a plant-based nutrition educator. So I just love helping people create healthy lifestyles founded on science when it comes to nutrition and all of those good things that really help us create the real results that we want. And I always bring in the behavior change piece. This is missing so much in health and wellness information. People can tell you what to do, but not many people are telling you how to go about actually changing your habits. So I'm hoping that we can really work together on that. So let's get started. I want to share with you, with each of these items, why they are essential. And I'm going to share with you kind of the mindset and the approach that I'm going to invite you to have with each of these. And then I'm going to share with you the details of what are we actually talking about? What are the action items here, Danielle? So you're going to walk away with maybe some new information. Maybe you've been following me for a while and you've heard me talk about all these things before, but chances are there's going to be something here for you. So I want you to just take a minute and think about really like why you're here. Why do you care about creating a healthier lifestyle? And I think all of us get into health for a different reason, but it usually is not just an end unto itself, right? We just don't say, oh, I want to get healthier just so that I can be healthy. There's a why behind that. So take a second right now, and if you have something to write with, go ahead and jot this down of what's your why? Why do you want to have a healthy lifestyle? Why do you want to even like the results that you want? Go a little deeper. Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to feel better? Why do you want to avoid chronic disease? What's your why? So I'm going to give you a second to think about that. And maybe I'll share with you my why. My why is I love to do. I love to be able to move and go and have that freedom. To me, health is freedom. And I know that I want that until the day I die. And I watched my grandparents all pass away from some sort of chronic disease and degeneration, and I just don't want that. I want to feel amazing and be able to live the fullest life I can until my last breath. So that's why I care about being healthy, and that's why I care about giving that to my family and my children too. So I would love to hear from you guys. If you want to drop in the comments, like, why do you care about getting healthier? You can share that below. But I'm going to go ahead and dive in here. So we're going to start with nutrition, okay? So I choose the words carefully here, and it's kind of my motto, okay? So we're talking about upgrading nutrition. First of all, why is that essential to a healthy lifestyle? Well, let's think about this. If you are not already in the nutrition space and thinking about upgrading your nutrition, consider the fact that we eat 3 times a day at least, right? Some of us even more. So 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 times a day, we are either supporting our health or we are undermining it. So those are really important choices. And I can teach you all sorts of things of how to make the best choices, or at least better choices. Which brings me to the next point, of how to think about this maybe a little differently than you have before. So when you learn from me, work from me, hear from me, you're going to hear me use words like start where you are. Okay, you're going to hear me use words like upgrade or improve or better or healthier. Okay, so it's really, really important for us to look into the nutrition piece without the all or nothing mindset, because that is the dieting world. And guess what? I am not about dieting. Okay, we are about sustainable change, not short-term heroic giant leaps of improvement. I want to help you make incremental, steady improvement in the right direction, and that each of those steps is going to stick around because we're going about it in a sustainable way. So that's why I love using the word upgrade, and I invite you to really embrace that and to really take a look of where are you right now, and how can you just how can you just upgrade? How can you just level up just one next step? So what exactly am I talking about? What do I teach about nutrition? Most of you here, maybe about half of you here, joined me because we are in a similar space over in what we call the whole food plant-based community. And there is so much available online and on social media to teach you and support you about whole food plant-based nutrition. I'm here to help you with actually putting it into practice, and I'm here to point you in the direction that you want to learn more about this. But let me just tell you really briefly what I mean by that. So I teach plant-based nutrition, and that basically just means I'm going to invite you to eat more plants and less animals. And we're also going to be talking about whole foods. So I'm going to encourage you to eat more whole foods and less processed, refined foods. Okay, and we can get into all sorts of details in the coming weeks and months on that. If that is new to you, if that is strange to you, start some conversations inside our group and let me point you in some directions. Let me share with you what I know about the power of eating whole plant foods. It really is amazing what we know and how we see the body respond when we really give it the best fuel that we can. So that's what you're going to hear from me, just making those incremental improvements and moving in the direction of whole foods and plant foods, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so let's talk about self-care for a minute. So the other piece that we want to put into our healthy lifestyle is prioritizing self-care. Okay, prioritize, right? How are we going to go about this? First of all, why is this essential? Why worry about self-care, right? Well, most of us in this group are women, and as such, we are givers. We are caretakers on some level or another, wherever you are in your life. We take care of people, right? And we're out there doing good things. And if we don't make time for ourselves, then we eventually become this well of water that is being continually drawn from but never replenished. And we have to. We really cannot draw water from an empty well. So if you care about the people in your life, you care about the work that you do and the service that you render in your life's work, we've got to take time for you. And I am going to be very ruthless about making sure that we are doing this together in prioritizing that. We can never find the time. We've got to make the time. We've got to take the time. We decide when we're going to have that time for ourselves. Okay? So prioritizing, that is the word, okay? And that's how we're going to go about doing this, really carving out the time in our schedule. And then what do I mean by self-care? Self-care is kind of this buzzword that's been thrown around a lot recently online as far as what that means. So when you hear the word self-care, you might think, oh, she means I need to go get pedicures and go to the spa and just rest and relax more. Yes, that is part of it. But let me share with you what I really mean by self-care. I mean anything that takes care of you. And to me, that's three things: moving our bodies, relaxing, and recharging. Okay, so relaxing, yeah, go get a massage, go to the spa, make sure that you do have that downtime and that you're making time for that. Resting, okay, are we sleeping? Sleep is so huge, my friends, so huge. If we are not sleeping, we are not giving our body that opportunity to recharge and rebuild and recover and protect itself against infection and disease. We must prioritize our self-care around sleeping and moving. We need to exercise. And I love wrapping the idea of exercise or movement into this idea of self-care, because that is what it needs to be and what it should be. And all too often I work with people that dread the word exercise and that treat exercise as like this form of like self punishment, right? That, oh, I ate that thing, so I have to go to the gym. It's not okay. That's not a healthy mindset to have. So you're going to find me encouraging you to find ways to move your body and to exercise your body in ways that you genuinely enjoy, and that is an act of self-love and self-care, because that is also going to do things for your body as far as managing stress and fighting off disease and infection that we can't get any other way. Okay, so we've got to move our bodies, we've got to rest, and we need to relax and recharge. Okay, so that's what I mean by self-care. So that's kind of my definition. Maybe there's some new pieces in there that you haven't included in your definition yet, so I would invite you to add that in there. Okay, so now let's go to taking charge of our habits. Okay, this is essential to creating a healthy lifestyle, especially when it comes to the sustainability, right? By nature, a habit is something that happens automatically. So can you imagine if you could take all of those healthy behaviors that you know you want to do? You know you want to eat better, you know you want to move more, you know you want to take time for really sleeping and resting and doing those things that recharge you. If we could put all that on autopilot, how amazing would that be? The energy that we would save and the decision fatigue that we would spare ourselves would be so powerful, right? It really, really is. And I love studying habits, and I love teaching people about how to create them. So it really is the key to lasting change. If you can take a healthy behavior and turn it into a habit, that's when it becomes part of your lifestyle. So the mindset shift I want to help you have around habits is to stop looking at behaviors that you have throughout the day as decisions. Okay, it might feel like a decision, but did you know that actually, at least at the minimum, 40% of the behaviors that we perform throughout the day are actually being governed by habits, not by choice. Okay, that's pretty incredible, and some studies have even shown up to 90% of our behaviors each day are more driven by habit than they are decisions. Okay, so the mindset shift here is you can stop beating yourself up for the choices that you're making, because guess what? They're not actually conscious choices, they're actually habits. And yes, of course, you're still responsible and accountable for those choices and those behaviors, but not in the way you think. And beating yourself up isn't getting you anywhere. So when you notice a behavior that you want to change, I want you to start thinking, what's the habit that is running here? What's the program that I'm following here that I didn't even realize was running? And oh boy, can I teach you how to dig into those details and to remodel your habits. I'm so excited to dig into that with you. So we can let go of the beating ourselves up when it comes to those behaviors day in, day out. So I could talk all day about habits and how to turn them around. I have entire workshops on these that I can point you to, so let me know if you are interested in those. But basically, we want to use if-then formulas. So if I'm at work and I need a snack, I will eat an apple. Okay, so you can design habits by using this if then, and there's a whole just library of books and science and research behind this and why this works. But when we use that if then statement, and if we do it consistently, especially if we can do it long term, we're talking 30 to 60 days, if we can consistently make a different choice, eventually that repetition and that consistency is going to reprogram our brains and create a brand new habit, okay? So there's just a little taste of how you could get started. If there's something specific you're wanting to shift, those are some good things to start with. Okay, I know that's kind of a lot, but I just really wanted to share with you kind of my perspective and where I'm coming at with this idea of health and wellness, okay? So if you are wondering where to start, this is my suggestion for you. Pick just one of these things. Pick nutrition or one of those items in self-care: sleep, resting, relaxing, and exercising. Or really looking at the habit piece. Maybe you already have some really good behaviors that are new for you, but you do want to turn it into a habit. So choose one part of what I've shared with you today. And I want you to think, okay, how can I go learn more about what Danielle taught today? And then I want you to examine your current status with that piece. Where are you at right now? Because again, we are always going to start there. We're always going to say, where am I at? And then I want you to think, what's the next incremental step I could take in this area? Okay? We are going to have a discussion inside our Facebook group on this very topic, and I've outlined those questions right there for you. So after you watch this video, hop over to that post. You will see that, and share with me what stuck out to you. What is your next step here? What is really kind of calling your name right now? And I think all of us are entitled to this clarity, and you can ask for it, okay? You can ask yourself, what is my next best step? And I think you will receive an answer of what that could be for you, because it's going to be different for you than it is for anyone else. And one last little piece: please don't be overwhelmed. Please don't ever let yourself be overwhelmed. I'm going to teach you the ideal. I'm going to give you the whole picture, but then we always want to pull it back and just focus on the next step, okay? One little piece at a time. So that's it for today. I am so glad to have you in this group and to be able to share some things with you, and I'm happy to keep having more discussions inside our Facebook group. So as things come up for you, please hop on, please share, please ask, and we are all here for you to help you along in your journey. That is all for today. Yeah, look for that post. It's going to be #FridayFollowUp, and I look forward to hearing from you there, and we will stay in touch. Talk soon.